Oops. Hello, peeps. Haven't done any live shows for a while, and I'm in a good mood. Yeah, and just decided it's February, and I'm just happy that we actually pulled it off for the whole Christmas and 20, 2020 with the whole drama and the pandemic and the whole Trump scenarios. I know it's the new year according to the Chinese. It's a new year for them. They're on their new year holiday, and it's in February. That's when their new year. So I suppose we all celebrate Chinese New Year too because we're an out of many one people um, motto, Jamaica. I'm still eating, because you know that I take long to finish eating, and you see the amount of food that I devour throughout the day. When I'm ready, one step at a time, I had my soup and having my pineapple juice when I'm ready because I do this self-healing therapy thing where when you get up in life, get up in age, you need to take time out for yourself. And I noticed that when you do the self-healing therapy, which is eating natural remedies and eating foods that build, instead of foods that mess you up, depreciate your value and your blood counts and your nourishment, then if you get sick, it takes you longer to heal. So the good thing is that eat healthy. So if you do get sick, you can heal out of the illness quickly, right? And that is the whole idea of self healing and using the self healing remedies that I introduce many people to, and the Rastafarians introduced me to. My counseling, my studies have introduced me to is very informative and helpful because I appreciate it and I apply it to my life on a regular basis. So when you're saying, Lord, she wastes so much money at university, she done see man how she so dunce. No. The good thing is that I was dunce, but I educated myself to learn about what it is that we need to do to take care of ourselves and others. So if I had to go to university and to study guidance counseling, I studied so many things because I was curious and I wanted to know more. And human beings, they have a way that the blind leads the blind. Yes, these people are like little scammers at time when they pretend they know something and it's lie. They fool you up, and if you follow them, you are a blind, and then you're going to another blind person to lead you, to tell you what to do. So it's like blind, that is where the concept blind leading the blind comes from. So from I was a little girl, my parents always teach me, if you want to know something, go look it up yourself. Don't ask somebody alone. You can double check. Even if you get information from somebody, you can double check to make sure what they're actually telling you is actually true or it's so, because sometimes some people just want the attention or just find it, cheeky or funny to just tell you some rubbish, and then you gullible jump onto the background and believe that that is so. And when you look on it, it's not so, and it lead you into trouble, lead you into, get yourself into trouble. So it's good to do your own research and learn for yourself. So yes, you spend a lot of money going to university and learning and getting your degree, getting your master's, getting your PhD, and you wonder what the hell is that for? Because no, I don't even use it or whatever. Yeah, sweetheart, the knowledge you gain is to make yourself better. You learn something that you can apply to yourself. If others don't want to use it, you apply it to yourself. When I go into work and everything, I have so many people complimenting me. Chrissy, what have you done to yourself? You're looking so beautiful. Them all ask me if I'm bleaching. Oh, your skin so pretty. Me is like, no. It's my self-healing therapy that I use certain type of bush medicines, natural foods that I like to eat, and I replenish my body with them. It so happened that I'm not a fanatic of eating out all the time, like at junk food or, I like healthy type foods. That's what I crave. I'm not a salty person, I'm not a sugary person. I don't crave sweets and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm eating. Guess what I'm eating? I don't know. You guys should like it, but I made chickpeas patties. Chickpeas Jamaican patties. Yeah, it's nice. I love curry chickpeas. Yeah, and Jamaica makes patties all the time in chicken, shrimp, actually, all sorts of patties, beef. But I like peas. I'm more vegetarian prone, but I try to implement a lot of meat sometimes because you know you have to strong up. So my kind of meats would be like chicken or fish or lobster or shrimp or conch or some kind of seafood thing, something that's light, easier to digest. I don't know. I have a little warm time trying to eat heavy kinds of meals. But the good thing is that I put something in my body to keep strong. This is Barbie fried strips, yeah? Barbie fried. It's barbecued, fried, and then it's done up, baked up in barbecue sauce. So I like that too. And these are the type of foods that they say you should eat because it gives you the protein mm, in addition to your greens. I eat my greens, I eat my olives. Yeah. I show it on camera. Yes, dipped in a little ranch dressing. Gives me the flavor. But as I say, I'm not a fast eater. I take a while. Um, that kind of pisses a lot of people off because sometimes we go out and they're like, "Gosh, Chris, you still haven't finished yet? It's been half an hour, it's been an hour gone, and you're still eating the food." I love it. I'm not gonna eat it fast, especially if I like something. It's gonna take me a while, and then some people be like, "But we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. You're taking forever." I'm like, "It's okay. Let's pack it up to go. I'll enjoy it at home too." The good thing is that I got some in that will stabilize me for the moment or until we do whatever burns up my energy. But we need to eat to be strong. Yeah? And you can't do the work without food. My walnuts, I like my nuts too. Nuts and peanuts and cashew nuts and pistachio nuts and what other nuts I have here? Almond nuts. Those things give you protein and it energizes you. It energizes you to get going to doing as much work that you want to get done. As I said, some people might not eat a lot through the day because of their practice, what they practice. But we're all different. We're all different. And if some people practice eating regularly, I'm saying if you're on a diet, some people don't want to gain weight. But I find I eat regularly and I still don't gain weight. So, have you ever tried eating regularly? Sometimes it works in the opposite. It's not like you eat a whole lot regularly. You just eat small amounts and you can chew it up properly. If you want to swallow it whole, boom, I guess that kind of help to clog up your whole digestive systems. And people who trying to lose weight, it is always advised try and chew your food till it's soft, and then you swallow. It helps you to digest better. So I don't know, people who are dieting and stuff like that. I'm not really. I never diet, right? I never diet. I can't recall dieting ever. Even when I'm pregnant with my kids, I had to be eating food to nourish the body to carry the babies. And as I was sharing with some ladies who had babies and was having a hard time with their babies. I was sharing with them that, there's a trick in having babies. And the Africans, if you notice how they produce, how they push out their baby, it's not like how we in our Western culture do. We lay down and, we go on very scared and helpless. So our babies give us a harder time to come out. But if you follow the Rastafarians and the African culture, as my husband was explaining to me, and even my second husband was trying to tell me, but as them say, me dunce. So me had to learn. Me had to learn, especially when you have learned culture to learn a certain thing a certain way. And then by the time you reach 50 and 40 and 30, it's, if they're trying to teach you another way, it's going to be a bit difficult because you're already programmed into knowing it and doing it the way that might not even be a correct way. So, they're saying, crouch down. It's you're supposed to be in a crouching position, not a laying down position, because that really stalls any baby from coming out. And if you notice the people who are in the crouch position, the babies just slip out so easily because there's a trick in childbearing, and it's just the way that they taught us. Let we just accept their teaching, whether it's right or wrong, and work with it. And then when push come to shove, we're dying, or we're can't figure it out. It's by the grace of God. Sometimes you get some incentive of some kind of illumination, in your mind that tell you, say something not so right, something not so right. Research it, look into it a little deeper, and then you kind of learn more. And then when you learn more, you may even want to pay extra to edify your brain, your mind, into the knowledge that you crave, because it can help you. It's not necessarily that you have to use it to teach somebody else, but it can help you. So educating yourself in whatever you need to know is a good idea. It's just that it pays to learn, yeah. And it's something that some people don't even appreciate, because sometimes you'll be paying for your child to go to school, or cousin, other family members, you're trying to help them and stuff. And believe me, you can't make somebody learn something if they don't want to learn it. you know it takes time, and everything takes time. Some people die before they still even learn what you want them to learn, or if they're ever going to learn what they're supposed to learn. So the good thing I am saying, just do what you need to do to make sure you are okay. And once you are okay, people learn by observation and following. Once they see that you're okay, then they will take a leaf out of your book to say, oh, but you didn't die, or, you're even using that to make yourself so much better. I didn't know it was that good. Well, yes, sweetheart, the same education I got from JTS and from Prairie, it taught me something on how to take care of myself and how to make myself better in this world, a better person, because I'm growing from a child. I was brought up, born and bred in Jamaica, educated in Jamaica. The people around me taught me all that I know. So if whatever they taught me is what I am putting forth to you, then how can it be wrong? Because that is of what you have already taught me to share back with you guys. Because karma is a bitch, isn't it? Goes right back around. So you have to be careful in what you're putting out there to others. If you want something to happen for you, if you want good to happen for you, you can't be saying you stupid or you idiot or you fool or whatever like that to another person. Yes, sometimes they angry you or they piss you off, and maybe people used to hurl those things at you, and it depends on their intention. Is it that they really want you to act better, act smarter, or they actually want to kill your self-esteem? And if it is that they want to kill your self-esteem because they're feeling you're too confident and you're too giddy-headed, or you're too happy-go-lucky, and they're in misery and they can't figure it out and they don't know what to do with themselves, then it's gonna boil back down and go back onto them. So it's not gonna make sense you go around calling people names and saying they're this or they're that, because it just shows that you are just the same. Because what you think is what you are. You think another person, that's what coming back at you. So it's what you're giving out. So it was so good today. I went shopping and I ran into a nice Christian lady into the car and everything, into the line. And she had her cart with her son, and her son was like pushing her around. And she's like, come into the line. Oh gosh. She was so stressed with the growing two boys. And she was like, if I didn't love them, you see, I said, and that's the good thing about it. You love them, and that is why you take care of them. And even when it gets hard and feel pressuring, because you love them, you don't mind doing what you do for them, right? And that's the power of love. That's what love does, you know? Because you love the person, no matter what the person does, you're gonna find a way to work with them, to make it work, to fit in, to find a solution. How do I fit myself in? Because maybe I am not understanding something that he or she understands, or why they do what they do, but there is a reason why everybody do what they do. And if you see somebody doing a particular thing, you can say, do you mind sharing with me why is it that you do that way? And sometimes not everybody is so mean and stuck up in their own ways. Sometimes they would actually share with you and say, and explain to you. And then you'd be surprised to see the reason behind the reason why certain people do the things they do. So you can't really sit there and from observation you're going to judge a person to say, look at that idiot, or look what that fool is doing. It just shows you up as an idiot and a fool. Not that person. Because one, that person might not even hear you calling them an idiot or a fool. Two, if the person hear you calling them an idiot or a fool, that means that person knows deep down that either you are having some kind of mental issue, mental breakdown, you believe you're a fool or an idiot, and that is why you think they are just like you, a fool and an idiot. So therefore, you end up making yourself being the laughing stock in the hearts of other people, because people know better. So sometimes people, if you want to find something out and you're feeling you're a fool or you're an idiot, it does not make sense you go throwing out the word at other people and say, watch the idiot or what's the fool now. Right? Because the whole point is that it just shows that that's what you are. And the person who is acting an idiot and a fool for you is because they know that's exactly what you expect of them. Yeah? So they're playing your game with you. So I'm just saying, it's a beautiful world, and what you give out is what you get back. So take care of yourself, eat right. I'm eating my delicious chickpeas patty. Yummy, right? Um, you guys, in the mornings, it's good to meditate, say your prayers before you start the day. If you're not a God person, if you don't believe in God or whatever, well, whatever it is that you believe in, and that makes you a good person, just take time out to, I hope it's not Satan though, yeah? I hope it's not Satan you believe in too. But whatever it is that you believe in too, take time out to glorify, praise, and honor His name, because I do the God thing because God is what I believe have created us. Yeah? Although some people will say, Chrissy, what the heck? Is man and woman create us? Yes, but there's a spirit. I believe there's a spirit, and we all go around, reincarnate ourselves, go back around. Have you ever noticed why, you see some babies and they act so old? My son does it to me all the time. I'm like, boy, if we could have brainwashed him to find out where was he before, who he is and where he come from. but I can't bother trouble him because he's so, oh, he did his hair this weekend and he's just so handsome. I'm just so marveling over my handsome son. But anyway, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like when I marvel over how handsome he is, how cute he is, or whatever, whatever. So I just let it go. I just look at him and say, "You look nice today, son." But besides that, I'm just saying, whatever it is that you worship, you take time out or you recognize as your Lord and Savior, or that person who has been protecting you, guiding you, and even if it's yourself, you think that do it, then you need to glorify yourself and say, thank you for me, for being such a great me to me. Yeah, because everybody in life has to do something to get something. Nobody gets anything by doing nothing. Yeah? So if you don't take a chance to go out there to figure out how is it that you're gonna get what your goals that you set for yourself, like, because like it's a new year now, yeah, and we all are human beings who work together, and we try to make goals, set goals for ourselves to accomplish each year. And even if you don't accomplish it within the year, we sometimes break it down to monthly or weekly, or somewhere manageable to accomplish the goal that you set for yourself within the year. And I am so grateful that, so far the goals that I have been setting for myself and working towards, I have been accomplishing them. And to God be the glory, because I pray a lot, I meditate a lot, and I take time out for myself. And once you can take time out for yourself to recuperate, when you have put in your energies and all a whole lot of effort into doing something for yourself, then you must have to accomplish whatever goal you set, right? Because you're keeping that focus, you're working towards it. And as I believe, my God has a bigger deal, something bigger in store for me. Yeah? So it's not just to stop here. When God created me, He created me to be somebody super, somebody extremely special, because the feedback I get from the people around me who had brought me into the world is nothing but confusion. And the point is that of confusion, they're working with it. They're working with it. So I'm like, then if the Bible says, a child shall lead the way, a child will lead the way. So if I came into the world as a not supposed to come into the world, or a setback, or stressor, or whatever, I believe the creator that created me was for a particular reason, that purpose of which many of us have not found today, because I am moving with the call that He keeps calling me to do more. And as I reflect and think on the journey that I've been on, it is just so amazing. It is overwhelming sometimes, and I'm like, God, what is it that you're pulling me to? It just marvels me so much. But I'm doing whatever it is you sent me out to do, and I see you even give me people who love me, people who pray for me, people who look out for me. I say, you're all into the supermarket. This lady, we were like shopping, and I'm shopping, and I'm like, but I never even checked my credit card to see if I maxed it this weekend, because I was rushing out of the house to go, because my son was being busy too, and I didn't want him to go off and leave me, and I wanted to just get what I need to get done before next week starts, because I have to do that trip. And this lady was in the supermarket helping me to shop. I was like helping her too. She was like calculating out. It so happened, it was just so funny, because the two of us is in the line, and she's behind me with her kids, and she's like, I wonder if she's in her church outfit and everything. She's like, and her kids are in their church outfit, and she's like, oh my gosh, I wonder if I gone over $10,000 yet. Look at my truck. So I'm like, So I guess what goes around comes around, as I said. So I'm like, okay, let me help you calculate it. And I'm like helping her calculate. No, I don't think so. Let's see. And we're guessing what our things may cost in the trolley, and we're like calculating out. So here I go to the cashier. I'm like, I didn't even check with my bank to see if my card is the amount available on it to use. And here I go run off to do shopping. Oh my gosh, I wonder if I'm gonna get in trouble now. I might have to put my groceries or whatever. So anyway, we go up, and the lady was like, "Come, let me help you check. Let me help you check." And she's like helping me check too, through my trolley, and I'm like, "Look at my people. Now these are my people. Only my people would have such enthusiasm around me. You understand? They can feel my love, they can feel my vibe. You understand? And even though everything is not going, and she's a school teacher too, it was a school teacher. It was a school teacher. So, like, school open. I'm not gonna be, because I was like, if anything, I'm gonna have to come back to do price mart shopping next week because, you know, I didn't get to sort myself out properly, and whatever I may forgot, I'm gonna have to just come back and go finish up and whatever. So, and it's weekend, so she was like, but I can't because I have to go to school I'm a teacher and I can't just leave anytime. My time is restricted. I have to be there with the kids and whatever. So I'm just saying, people are good to you because you're a good person. And if you find you're out there and people are being mean to you and whatever, it's either they're having a problem, and because they're having a problem, they're looking company in their misery. They're looking somebody who is just as miserable, or trying to inflict their misery on somebody because they're hurting so badly. And this is why I said, it is good when you can have a place where you can recline to, where you can take yourself away from certain people, where you have your own space, so that when people are throwing their misery on you, it does not take you over and make you become just as bad as they are. Yeah? When you see them with it, you remove yourself and you say, you're in your kind of whatever separation position you put yourself into from your choice of the way you want to live with people. And so I might as well take myself away from you, because I would not like me to take over that kind of behavior and throw it on my people who would not do something like that to me. You understand? Because there are people out there who has love to give, love to shine, love to share, and just know how to help and look out for each other. When you're out there, if something is happening to you, they will jump to your rescue. But if you have this hatred and this anger and this misery, they can pick it up. They can pick it up, and the demons do pick up those type of behaviors from people who dishes it out from them. So you have to be very careful on who you mix with and who you put yourself with, because some people are not housing themselves with love. Their hearts are full of hatred, they have anger, and I don't know why would it rest on them, but I think it has something to do with the people you mix with, your environment that you're in, the things that you're doing as well. Because if you're doing something that is wrong, or you believe is wrong, you're going to be feeling a sense of self hatred, because you know it's wrong and you don't want to do it. And yet you're placed into a situation where you have to do this because you have no other choice to make it better for yourself and to do otherwise. So you tend to rest on this evil within yourself, and then you dish out evils onto other people. And this is why I always say, people, try and choose things that you love to do choose things that you have a passion for. If you don't like people and you don't like to mix with people, nobody mix with them, nobody like them, nobody go around them, because you basically cursing yourself. Hmm? Some people can't find it into them heart to like people. You understand them? They just prejudice. You know, when you just see a black person and or you see a white person and it just anger you from the sight. And I'm like, how can you look at a person's skin complexion and hate them because they're black or they're white? But people do these things. People do these things, and then they wonder why they are housing certain type of anger and misery on themselves. It's they created it because you. It's impossible for you to look on somebody and because them prettier than you, because them richer than you, because them I don't know, it's all sorts of because they speak better than you, because that one is a new one that I learned about, that some people hate people because they speak properly. Yeah, some people hate people because they speak patois. That is another one. And I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, because they speak Jamaican, they feel it is offensive. The Jamaican language is offensive. Now tell me, how can your native vernacular be offensive? It is offensive to another person because they don't understand it and they can't do it. Because if all your life you practice twanging, yeah, and you never practice how to speak Jamaican, it's gonna be hard for you to do, and then you're gonna feel like an idiot because they'll be laughing at you, and then you're gonna feel like an idiot if you can't laugh at yourself. Mm? So sometimes you have to can laugh at yourself too, because it's not every Jamaican can speak patois, even though teasing in order for them to learn our language. And yet again, do some of us really want them to learn our language? Because guess what? Some people use it as a disguise. You see, like how you have the Chinese, they speak English and then they have a moment when they speak Chinese in front of you because they know you don't understand it. Some Jamaicans have that fascination where they'll speak proper English and then at a moment they'll speak their patois because they know the person around them might not understand what they're saying. And they find it rather funny. So it's nothing to be angry about. It's just something that somebody might have over you because they can do it and they know about it and you don't. In another way where you might know something and you can do something more and another person don't. But you take offense because you feel you're supposed to be able to do everything better than everybody else or know more than everybody else, which is impossible. Because there's no one out there that's gonna know more than everybody else or can do everything better than everybody else. Each of us is gifted a talent where you can do a particular task and you might can do it better than the majority of people because that's your gift, that's your God's given gift, and if you even expound upon it by studying it, and it even makes you much better in carrying it off that gift much better. So a lot of people would, some people who really fascinated by what you do would say, boy, try and belittle you because it's obviously bad mind or jealousy. Ah, me can do that too, or that's like foolishness, or they try to make you feel as if whatever you're doing is nothing when it's not true. It's just because they can't do it, and in truth they feel they are supposed to be able to do that particular task, or they want to be able to do that particular task better than you, and seeing you doing it just pisses them off because they're like, man, they wish they could have do what you do and it's just not working for them, and how comes it? But that's because they're not finding themselves, they're not finding what they can do, they're not focusing on themselves, they're trying to focus on other people to be another person. And so because of that, they're not able to be themselves. They walk around with this anger and hatred for other people who are being themselves perfectly, and is doing it great, and they're like, oh, they're doing that and whatever. So, just love yourself, people, and God is with you. God is with us all. And I just hope that we can all make this year a better year for everyone, because I am just feeling so overwhelmed and loved this week, this month. And it's hard because sometimes I have to mix with some really crazy people out there who are just full of anger and hatred, and it annoys me. Yes, it annoys me. It makes you hard to even show love to them because of their behavior. So you have to know how to show love to a person who is full of anger and hatred. You understand? And in the best way I can see is avoidance, because that is a way of love too. If you love somebody and you see where when you are around them they become unhappy, then you can hide away from them, stay away from them, don't let them see you. And that is love. You see? You see how love plays several different role of behavior, because then you would say, um I love the person, therefore I want to be around that person. I want to cling with them, I want to take care of them, I don't want anything to happen to them. Yeah, that's love, all right. But then there's another love, because you can love somebody who does not love you. Yeah, because it happens all the time. You have so many people out there who love movie stars that don't even know they exist, who love someone who don't even like them, and they're like, why that person love me, I hate them, I don't like them. And I'm like, it's a humane behavior. A human being supposed to have love within them. If you have hatred, if you walk with hate for everybody, you kind of have a little demon thing into you. You kind of, your Satan is overriding the godliness, because God is love. And if you have love in you, if you have God in you, there's no way you can look at another human being and hate them. You can hate the behavior or something that they do, but you can't hate them for being a person, because that's what God created his people for. He created them different, in the same way how you can love your dog because it's black or brown or white, or your cat, your multicolored cat. It's the same way you're supposed to can love a human being for looking different, being different, acting different. But the way that you are gonna share that love that you have is with somebody who possesses a lot of hate for people and even hate for you, is by avoiding them, because you want them to be happy. And in order for them to be happy, because you love them, is to stay away from them or find a way to not let them see you or interact with you or have anything to do with you. It sounds sad, but it's the real deal. Yeah? Because that's how powerful love is. God knows what your heart is made up out of. God knows that the love that you have is for everyone and the people around. He's going to watch your behavior, because even if you withdraw yourself from the person you love, if something is going wrong because you love them, you're going to alert them. Yeah? You're going to alert them. You're going to not, even if you don't alert them directly by yourself, you're going to alert them through maybe the source of which they like. Yeah? You're going to alert them by alarming someone who they might like, to say, this is happening, that is happening, and it's going to hurt that person. And I like that person. I don't want nothing to happen to that person. So, but the person don't know I like them. So, I'm going to ask you to, inform them, let them know that this is happening. And that is just the power of love. That is something that real love is. And it's not an ordinary person can do that kind of love. It's not an ordinary person who possess that kind of love. It has to be a person who is touched by God. It has to be a special person who God ordained. Is like an angel. You understand? That's an angelic type of person, because it's hard to find those kind of people in everyday world, in today's world, in today's everyday life. It sometimes it come in like it's impossible to find people like that. But when you come across those kind of miracles in our everyday life, you have to say God is great. And that's why I continue to worship and serve a God, because only my God could have made things like that happen to me, where I can see and interact with angels and understand the behavior and see them come in human forms to alert us and to move among us as as normal. And I'm like, my gosh, it could bring a tear to my eye to know how great God is and has been to me. And I appreciate it so much, guys. And it's because of the environment that I was brought up in that taught me about this God who loves us all and who teaches us and guides us and show us which way to go, even when it looks scary. He calls you to it. Calls you to it, and say, you're going in it. And I am going to put you, even if you're afraid, God put you straight into it and pull you straight out of it. You understand? Because his love overcomes all fears. His love overcomes everything that you might think is scary. But I'm on a live. Honey is calling me. My husband's calling me. Bunchkin, I'm on a live. You're now on my live feed. Huh? Can you hear me? It's circulating. My husband's calling me. Huh? Are you okay? Waiting for others to join. Are you okay? I'm on a live show. Are you watching me? Oh, darling, you're so sweet. I love you. It's a love thing. Yeah. When you're talking about me, it's a love affair. I'm eating my chickpeas patty. I'm gonna come off my live feed so I can have my private conversation with my love bumps, okay? So hold on a bit, baby. Let me come off my live feed, guys. Huzzy wants to talk, and I'm gonna be talking to him, and I have to cut you guys off shortly, okay? So you take care now, and it's all about love, and set your goals, work towards it. It's a beautiful new year. It's a beautiful time, and I just believe Biden is gonna pull up that standard for America and let the people behave with a higher standard of how they're supposed to. Yeah? Let Mr. Trump behave himself and learn to behave himself, so not everybody can, manage him. So later, guys, you have a wonderful day now. Okay? My video ended. It's supposed to end.